Oh my gosh, I just love this park in the fall.
Me too. It's so beautiful.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to All Speak, the podcast where we help you sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent in everyday English. I'm Eden.
And I'm Gabby. So glad you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your commute, at the gym, or very fittingly at the grocery store right now, welcome. You picked a great episode.
Right, because today we are talking all about grocery shopping. And look, I know it might sound like a simple topic, but honestly, the grocery store is one of those places where you hear so much natural, everyday English.
Totally. Like you've got conversations with cashiers, reading labels, asking where things are, understanding store announcements. There's a lot going on linguistically.
Exactly. And throughout this episode, we're going to be chatting naturally, the way real people talk. But we'll also pause and explain any phrases or vocabulary that might be new or interesting. So it's conversational and educational. That's kind of our whole thing here at Allspeak.
That is our whole thing. Okay, so Eden, let's just jump right in. Where do you like to go grocery shopping? Like, do you have a go-to store?
Oh, great question. And listeners, Gabby just used a really common expression there, go to. When something is your go to, it means it's your first choice, your default option, the thing you always reach for, like my go to coffee shop or my go to recipe when I'm tired. Super useful phrase.
Oh, yes, good catch. I use that phrase all the time and I don't even think about it.
Right, that's what makes it so natural. Okay, so my go-to grocery store, I would say Trader Joe's, honestly. I am a Trader Joe's person through and through.
Oh, yes.
I just love the vibe of Trader Joe's. It's smaller, it's not overwhelming, the prices are pretty reasonable, and they have these seasonal items that they bring out for like fall or the holidays, and I go absolutely crazy for those.
Mm-hmm. The seasonal stuff is so good.
And I also just appreciate that it's not a massive superstore where you walk in and feel totally lost. Like some stores, you go in for milk and you're walking around for 20 minutes. That is not my idea of a fun time.
Ha, I completely know what you mean. Okay, so listeners, Eden said she doesn't like feeling totally lost. This is a really natural way to describe confusion or not knowing where you are or what to do. I felt totally lost in that conversation. I was totally lost trying to follow the directions. It adds emphasis. The word totally makes it stronger.
Oh, great point. Yeah, totally as an intensifier is super common in American casual speech. Totally agree, totally lost, totally worth it. You'll hear it a lot.
Okay, so for me, my go-to is Whole Foods. And I know, some people say Whole Foods is too expensive, and honestly, they're not wrong.
Ah, yeah. There's actually a nickname for it. People sometimes call it whole paycheck because it can feel like you're spending your entire paycheck there.
Oh, that's so accurate. Whole paycheck. I've heard that, but I still love it. The produce is really fresh. There are so many options for people with dietary restrictions like gluten-free, vegan, organic, and I find it relaxing to shop there somehow.
Right, right.
Like the lighting is nice, it smells good, there's usually good music. I don't know, it just feels like a pleasant experience overall.
That makes sense. And hey, Gabby used a really important word there, produce. In the context of a grocery store, produce, Produce, refers to fresh fruits and vegetables. It's a noun in this case, and the stress is on the first syllable, produce, not produce. That word means to make something, so the stress completely changes the meaning. Isn't that wild?
That is one of those tricky English things that can trip people up. You might hear a store employee say, the produce section is at the back of the store, and that just means where they keep the fresh fruits and veggies.
Exactly. Okay, so we both clearly have our store preferences, but I'm also curious, do you ever go to like a regular big supermarket, like a Kroger or a Safeway or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, if I need to do a big grocery run, another word for a shopping trip, by the way, a grocery run or a quick run to the store, then yeah, I'll go to a bigger supermarket because you can really stock up there.
Mm-hmm.
Stock up is another great phrase. It means to buy a large supply of something, usually so you don't have to buy it again for a while. Like, I stocked up on pasta because it was on sale, or let me stock up on snacks before the road trip.
Yes, I love that one. And on sale, that means a product is being sold at a lower price than usual. Stores do this all the time to attract customers. You might also see signs that say, buy one, get one free, which people often shorten to BOGO, B-O-G-O. Have you seen those signs, Gabby?
Oh, all the time. And honestly, BOGO deals are dangerous for me because I always think I'm saving money and then I end up spending more than I planned.
Oh, same. It's like a trap. You go in with a budget, and a budget for our listeners is a limit you set on how much money you're going to spend, and then you see the deals and your budget just goes out the window.
Goes out the window. I love that expression. When something goes out the window, it means it disappears or gets abandoned. Your plan goes out the window. Your patience goes out the window. It's a really vivid way of saying something just vanishes.
Such a good one. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. And shift gears means to change topics or direction, kind of like changing gears in a car. Let's talk about our favorite products to buy at the grocery store. Like, what are the things that always end up in your cart?
Oh, I love this question. Okay, so first of all, avocados. I buy avocados every single week without fail. I am obsessed.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
But the tricky thing with avocados is figuring out if they're ripe. Ripe means the fruit or vegetable has reached the perfect point of maturity. It's ready to eat. And the opposite is unripe, or sometimes we say it's not ripe yet. With avocados, you kind of have to squeeze them gently to check.
Right, right.
If it gives a little when you press it, not too soft, not too hard, it's ripe. If it feels like a rock, it needs a few more days. And if it's super mushy, you've waited too long.
That is genuinely useful life advice. Okay, what else do you always buy? Honestly, I always buy a ton of snacks. Like, I'm a big snacker. Is that a word? I'm making it a word. I'm a snacker. Things like crackers, hummus, mixed nuts, maybe some dark chocolate.
Same. I feel like those are all kind of in the pantry staples category. Have you heard that term? Pantry staples?
Oh, yes. Okay, so pantry staples. This is a really common phrase. Your pantry is the cabinet or small storage area in your kitchen where you keep dry and canned goods. And staples are the basic, essential items you always have on hand. So pantry staples are those core items you always keep stocked, like olive oil, pasta, rice, canned beans, salt, flour, things you use regularly and would feel lost without.
Love it. These phrases are just everywhere once you start noticing them. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the actual experience of being in the grocery store, like the language you might encounter, signs you see, things people say.
Exactly. So let's start at the entrance. When you walk into a grocery store, you usually grab a shopping cart. That's the big wheeled basket you push around the store, or a basket, which is the smaller handheld one if you're just grabbing a few things.
Mm-hmm. And in British English, they often say trolley instead of shopping cart. So if you're ever shopping in the UK or talking to a British person, trolley is the same thing as a cart.
Such a good note. English has so many of those American versus British differences. Okay, so you've got your cart. Now you're moving through the store. Most grocery stores are organized by sections or departments. You've got the produce section, fresh fruits and veggies, the dairy section, which is milk, cheese, butter, eggs.
Right. Then there's the deli section. That's where you can get sliced meats and cheeses, often freshly cut to order. There's the bakery, the frozen foods aisle, the canned goods aisle, and usually a whole section just for beverages, drinks. And the aisle, AISLE, is the long corridor between shelves in the store. So you might ask a store employee, "Excuse me, which aisle is the pasta in?" Or you might hear a store announcement say, "Cleanup needed in aisle 5." And the employee might respond with something like, "Sure, it's right at the back of the store, past the cereal aisle on your left." So knowing directions vocabulary is really handy too. On your left, on your right, straight ahead, at the back, at the front, in the corner.
Okay, we've covered so much ground today. Store preferences, favorite products, navigating the aisles, and so much vocabulary. We're getting towards the end of our episode, so let's do a little wrap-up. Wrap-up just means a summary or conclusion, wrapping things up, like finishing a package.
So first, go to, your first choice or default option. Totally as an intensifier. Produce, fresh fruits and vegetables, stress on the first syllable. Stock up, to buy a large supply. On sale, at a reduced price. BOGO, buy one, get one free.
Then we had pantry staples, the basic items you always keep at home. Ripe, when a fruit or vegetable is ready to eat. Grocery run, a shopping trip. And shift gears, to change topics or direction.
And a few more great ones. Goes out the window, when a plan or budget disappears. Budget, a limit on how much money you spend. Aisle, the corridor between shelves in a store. Shopping cart, or trolley in British English. And dairy section, deli section, and all those store departments we walked through. So much useful vocabulary packed into one episode.
That is such a solid list for one episode. And the beautiful thing about all of these is that they're not just grocery store phrases. You can use them in so many different conversations. That's what makes learning conversational English so rewarding. You pick up these little gems and they just start popping up everywhere.
Totally. And hey, here's a little challenge for our listeners this week. If you have the chance to visit a grocery store, try using at least 2 of the phrases we talked about today. Maybe ask an employee, "Excuse me, could you point me to the produce section?" Or text a friend and say, "I just stocked up on pantry staples." It doesn't matter how small it is. Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. And that is, by the way, one of the most classic idioms out there. It means that the more you practice something, the better you'll become at it. And it is 100% true when it comes to language learning. You have to use the language to learn the language. That's what All Speak is all about.
Exactly. And we are so proud of every single one of you who shows up for episodes like this. It takes courage to learn a new language, and the fact that you're here, listening, engaging, that is something to be genuinely proud of.
Absolutely. We see you and we're rooting for you. Rooting for you, that means we're supporting you, we're cheering you on. We want you to succeed, like a sports fan roots for their team.
Love it. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of All Speak. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who's also learning English. Word of mouth is truly the best way to help us grow this community.
And don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss a new episode. We drop new content regularly, and every single episode is packed with natural, real, everyday English just like today. So hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Eden. Thank you for listening to All Speak. Keep speaking, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.